Hey, good morning. Or is it more like noon, right? What time is it? Oh my gosh, it's like 12:30ish. I just woke up. Anyway, hey, good morning to you anyway, regardless of what time it is. Because I just woke up. So, everybody knows that this is my hobby, right? But this is not what you think of what I am about to talk about right now. You wake up in the morning and I check up on your email, check up on my phones, my messages, my voicemail, etc., etc. Right? And believe it or not, the most common communication tool that I use in this realm that we live in right now is Facebook. I get about half a dozen to a dozen messages on any given day, and today I got from those messages, I mostly coordinate my posts and go through my posts of the day and my rants of the day. And if you've been following my Facebook today, there you go. I think I just ended the note on a high note on my opinions politically. So that brought about a few responses uh, for a variety of the posts that I put in. And why I am reloading right now is because this is therapy for me, right? So now I got like two questions from friends asking me, "What, hey Marcus, what really is your position on firearms?" Uh, believe it or not, I, I don't know. Have I been giving conflicting positions on my position? Conflicting positions on my position on firearms and what I believe on it and what about gun violence, etc., etc. Let's answer the first one first, and before it gets really lengthy, because discussions on firearms, gun violence, gun possession, um, gun confiscation, gun laws. It takes forever. You know why? Because it is always your position is always determined on your bias towards what you do, right? That's the truth. And you're probably wondering that, oh shoot, Marcos is reloading. He shoots like a million rounds a day. Uh, by the way, I'm reloading 40 caliber cartridges. It's my go-to personal defense choice of caliber. Um, yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. So to all you guys got questions on reloading, I'm using my father's tight group at 4.8 grains, and these are 165 grain bullets. All right, so didn't want to get technical there. So my position is this, but before I do that, let me just explain myself here on why I end up shooting a lot. All right. And you're going to be surprised at the afterthought and the conclusion of this video. It's probably not what you're going to expect, right? I'm an immigrant, and I was born and raised back home in the Philippines. Cut the long story short, grew up in the martial law era of 12 years. Now, to those, we're not going to get there. We're not going to get this thing done if I end up explaining all of this stuff, which you guys can Google what martial law is and why am I so rabidly affected by this topic. So for 12 years, um, 72, no, 14 years to 86, we've been under martial law in that country. Um, and during those years, from the 70s to the late 70s, as kids, we've been trained to handle firearms. We do have a personal gullibility. No, that's the wrong term. Personal bias on the 45. Go check the history of the 45 caliber round, and you'll see what the relevance is to Filipinos on 45s. So as a kid, I've been shooting 45s, totally out of my realm. Those things just can kick for a 12, 11, 10-year-old kid. And as a 14, 15, 16-year-old in high school, we were trained to handle, disassemble, clean, reassemble, and shoot the M1 Garand. Yes, as a 100-pound weakling, that's what we did. So, ever since I came to this country, we've been trained on the wrong firearms. All right. Uh, and then here comes the United States Navy. Now we're getting trained on the M16 during nighttime, a shotgun, and a 45. And then we transitioned off to the 9mm. Right? So, with the experience that I have on shooting the wrong firearms, here I am falling in love with the right firearms. And ever since I retired from the service, I had always wanted to own a personal defense weapon. So here comes the venerable Sig Sauer. And the very first firearm I bought, that I really got accustomed to, I don't have it with me right now, is the Sig P229, chambered in 40 caliber. 40 caliber right there, buddy. 40 caliber, right there. You can see enough right there. And this is a flat point extreme bullet. I'm normally using extremes or Hornadys, but this point in time, I'm using a heavier grain. And look at those Winchester brass, right? But anyway, okay, to make the story go on. So that is where my preference, and I ended up, reloading as a hobby, shooting as a hobby. I shoot with my kids roughly about 200 to 300 rounds a week. And we shoot every week. Every week. It breaks my heart if I'm not able to do that. So we shoot anywhere from 1,000 to 1,200 rounds a month. Every month. Right? That's why I went into reloading. So that being said, that's the full disclaimer there on why I am into firearms. I'm a busted, I didn't graduate from mechanical engineering, so my heart goes to me not being able to graduate. I'm a college dropout, and that mechanical aspect of my intellect, my lack of intellect, kind of transitioned into the operation of a firearm. So I kind of know a little bit how it operates, and transition that into being my hobby and shooting, and that's where it is, right? So what is my political position on firearms? I believe, but before I go there, what are the two political beliefs on firearms and firearm possession? One, you have the extreme right that says gun absolutism, and the one to the extreme left that says we should abolish all Second Amendment rights. And of course, there's people that are in between that kind of meet, and that's where I'm at. All right, with the amount of firearms, and I have a few that I own. People are always going to contest the fact that, why do you cater to the left if you have all these firearms? Well, let's just put it this way, ladies and gentlemen. Simply because you have a particular opinion on one topic, and one party caters to that particular opinion on that one topic, does that necessarily translate that you go to the beliefs and voting towards that political party? I used to, ever since I came to this country. Since I became a United States citizen, I have never voted against one political party. Never have. Till one man showed up in 2014, 2015, and 2016 that changed it all. It's not that he broke my heart, but it was about everything that I researched on. It wasn't just about on possession of firearms. It was about the rights of every human being, of every American, of every individual that has fought for that flag. It's about every American it's about every immigrant that wants to be an American. And there is a reason why I am very biased. I am an immigrant myself. What has that all I got to do with guns? Well, it seems that either side, the extreme right and the extreme left, wants to raise their agenda to be self-serving for their own cause and not worry about what is best for the country. This is not opinions in what you want to happen for the country. It's not just about a certain agenda. It should be about everything from infrastructure to healthcare to making money to firearms and what is best for the country. Look, if every firearm ever gets confiscated, kind of affects my hobby, right? But if it is for the benefit of the country, let's do it. Now, am I going to contest it? Of course I am. But that doesn't mean I am not going to be an American and not willing to vote for it instead of blabbing about it and complaining about it. And that's what this country is about. You vote for it. And if you were on the other side and you lost the vote, take it as a man. So here we are. So that is my position. I love firing these. All right? Sometimes to a point where I don't even work. So there were times we shoot like twice a week. Twice a week. That's a lot of rounds for me and my family. You know? That's why I reload. That gets pretty expensive. Which one is that? This particular cartridge is a 300 blackout cartridge, brass. Fires a 308 round. And if you purchase them outside, like in Cabela's or some gun store, it costs about $1.10 per round. Imagine 1,000 of these. That's $1,100 every month that I have to spend on this. If I reload it, I only spend 30 to 40 cents per round. That's $300. Still a hefty sum of money, right? But if you're gonna own like an $1,800 to $3,000 rifle, why be cheap? Everybody's got a hobby, okay? So, you know, ladies and gentlemen, this country is not meant for the soft at heart. You gotta fight for your right. In your right, you gotta vote for it. Opinions are voted on. Political differences are voted on. And if you lose, you move on. You figure out a way on the next election on how to win. Golly, Jesus Christ. Okay, that's where I'm at. So, I know I'm going to get some heat on this thing. Let me continue loading here, reloading here. And, but that's my political position. And that's my belief. The Second Amendment needs to be not abolished, but it needs to be changed. It needs to be maintained, but it needs to be changed for this particular era. I'm sorry, but there's no militia out there that's coming. You know what? Half of these members of these militia can't even walk 10 feet. They can't even get off the couch. And you want to protect your rights? The last time I checked, the people that went up in arms were the same people that were discussing that the government is taking over. Well, guess what? They were the ones that decided to take over in January 6th. Oh, here we go again. Anyway. Alrighty. Well, I'm going to end that note at that. This is not going to end. And I'm going to lose a lot of friends because of my rant. But I don't care. Welcome to America, ladies and gentlemen. All right? Enjoy your noon, your lunch, your afternoon. I got to get this over so I can go to Costco and buy more stuff. All right? You guys take care. To the men and women out there, sisters and brothers, sons and daughters that are deployed, we love you all. You guys come on home. We thank you for your service. It is what you guys do right now that allows us retired folks to do what we do. Basically nothing. Reload. All right? You guys take care. Enjoy the evening. Afternoon. Post.